The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
From Studio A in sunny Florida, welcome to Beauty and the Beach Radio, where it's all about who's beautifying Vero Beach. Today's show is brought to you by Dale Sorensen Real Estate. And here's your host and glamour girl, makeup artist, Cindy Goetz.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty and the Beach Radio. We hope you're having a great summer. And what do we love around here in Vero Beach? What is our favorite thing to do? Go to the beach. Go to the beach, you guys. And we want to get you ready for the beach. We want you safe. So a day at the beach can be so much fun, right guys? For the whole family. But before you dash and splash into that ocean, let's think about safety first, okay? We don't want any accidents this summer. So swimming in the ocean can be exhilarating, but it's not without risks, you guys. Unlike the pool, ocean conditions are constantly changing. The combination of powerful ocean waves, currents, and tides can quickly turn a fun day at the beach into a dangerous situation. So taking proper precautions can help significantly reduce the chance of drowning incidents. Our guest today is going to help us with that. He is a lifelong resident of Vero Beach, a lieutenant fire medic for Indian River County, and a lifeguard for the city of Vero Beach. Believe it or not, he has a little bit of spare time through that. And when he does have spare time, he and his wife run a cocktail business called Proof. And Proof in the Pudding, I have seen him at some of my events, and they love him and his wife. So kudos to them. So please welcome for the first time on Beauty and the Beach Radio, Robby Rivas.
Hello.
Hello. How's it going
Not
over
too
there?
bad. Not too bad.
Are you amping up for summer in the watch shorts out and getting ready to
I had to start
save lives.
I had to start cutting to where I actually look halfway decent in a bathing suit instead of wearing, the jackets for this winter time,
There's some pressure there,
Sure,
Robby,
don't think
right?
us lifeguards don't think about that, all right? We do.
We expect it.
Yeah.
We totally
Of course.
expect it.
I mean, we can't go out there looking, if you got to think, we're jumping in the water and trying to save someone. If you saw someone not in such great shape, you'd be like, I don't know.
Like, I want him.
Not really sure. I'm not really sure.
I'm drowning, but I want the one with the abs. Well, listen, before we actually get into some very specific points, I want to raise something pretty obvious, Robby, and it seems so obvious, but yet so many people drown from lack of knowing how to swim.
Sure. Yeah.
So according to research, swimming lessons can reduce the risk of drowning, but 88% in children. Adults who are not confident swimmers should also take swimming lessons to improve their skills and safety in the ocean. Do you find that a lot, Robby? Are you amazed that people just go right into, because the ocean can be friendly, it can be very unfriendly. And I'm a swimmer, but sometimes I'm even intimidated. Like, are you surprised at how many people do go in?
Sure. Yeah. When it comes to, there's quite a few people landlocked and phenomenal swimmers in the pool. And that's it. So when people come to the ocean, they think, oh man, I'm a great swimmer. I swim, even collegiate swimmers. We have, it doesn't matter. You're in that pool all the time, and all of a sudden you come out to the ocean, and it's a whole different story. You can get caught in the rip currents, of course, what we'll talk about in a little bit, but it is something that is totally different.
Yeah. It's interesting, Robby. My nephew came to visit me this past week, and we spent almost every day at the beach. And literally one evening after spending the day and the waves were super strong, and of course he loved it. Come to find out, a couple died in Port St. Lucie. You're probably familiar with that story,
yes, yeah.
Because of the rip current.
Yeah, the rip currents, absolutely.
That
was unreal. It was a mother and father, of course, six kids. Oh,
yes, I know.
So
it's like, yikes.
Yeah.
So I felt it was, and that really prompted me, Robby, to go, you know what? I'm a swimmer. My nephew's a swimmer, but we're still not, that's not.
No. Yeah.
You can still have issues.
Absolutely. And even us lifeguards, even though we are trained to go out there, we still know there are times that the ocean does shut us down as lifeguards. And they're few and far and in between. But when they are, if you see that double red flag up, that is when we as lifeguards say, hey,
you're on your own.
Yeah, but we question, if we question ourselves to be able to get out and properly save you, that's when the double red comes out.
Wow.
So we're not joking. When you see that double red, that is a time that you should just say, today's not the day I should come to the beach at all. I'm going home.
So heed the warning. And we're going to go into the flag signs, but you guys are professionals, so really listen, right? Do you just want to go, come on,
listen.
guys? Listen, please. You are there to help people. So, let's dive right in, no pun intended. But first of all, so let's talk about those flags. There are several, and I think you're going to quiz me. And I'm embarrassed to even say that I was a lifeguard back in the day. But anyway, but I don't remember the colors, but we're going to go with it. So talk to us about the different flags and how is that helpful for the public?
Okay, yeah. So the flag colors are purple, then there's green, yellow, red, and then double red. All right. It's statewide flag system. Okay. So anywhere you go in the state of Florida, there are some different ones depending on the terrain and stuff like that in California. But overall, this is kind of a basic flag system. For here, it's pretty cut and dry. The purple is for dangerous marine life. It doesn't always mean sharks.
So it could be jellyfish.
Jellyfish. It could just anything that we see. For instance, we have stingrays.
Sure.
Even manatees come through the guarded area, which they're not dangerous, but they will scare you to death.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. You're sitting there. Yeah, you're sitting there in beautiful water in this thing, and they're very inquisitive animals, and they come cruising by.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of funny to watch somebody get a little just get because we know it's not a bad thing.
Right,
we know for a fact there's but I'm like, oh, here comes a manatee. But then it'll pop up out of nowhere, and just because they're just inquisitive, and so it's just saying it could be any once. The best thing is to just come up and have a small conversation with us. We're right up there in that tower.
Hey, what does that mean?
What are we doing here? Why the purple flag?
Yeah.
And then the green flag, which is a rare flag to have up, to be quite honest. Us guards will put it up sometimes when there is absolutely, calm lake waters, which we do have, especially in the summertime. But there's always, very few times do we have that green up, because at the end of the day, you are going in the ocean, and there can be and always will be some type of caution somewhere down there.
Some type of unknown.
Yes. So I tell you right now, myself, when I'm at the beach, it's rarely ever green. I mean, I might have 2 days out of the year that I would have green, just because that's just the way it goes. Especially people from Florida, tourist state. People come and automatically they sing green. Green means go, and I don't want that. I want them to still have a great time, but also, I still want them to think about things. And then of course, yellow is just general caution. Most of the time that means just light currents, or it could mean just shore break. Shore break's pretty bad here in Indian River County.
Yeah,
it is. I mean,
all of a sudden you're like,
yes, and
wait,
you could.
I was walking and now it's over my head.
Yeah, and then the drop offs. You'll step in, and if you can't see, then that could twist your ankle. So it's just always the general caution.
And when it goes, that dip is very soft. Yeah. It's almost like quicksand.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little scary because you're like, like if a wave hits you and you're kind of smooshed into that sand, it can be a little scary.
Yeah, sure. And it also means the yellow means swimmers that are capable swimmers. You don't necessarily have to be, the best swimmer, but that would mean if you're going out past your waist, you should know how to swim pretty well.
Yeah.
And then the red flag comes into play. And red, I think this is where people get things confused. Most people just think red. And what do you think red is?
Well, it's caution.
Yeah. And this is where I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay, yeah. No, don't go in the water?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not what it means. So red, good. Red flag, just one red flag means, yes, you can go in the water. Strong ocean swimmers only. And that's the part. That's the key.
Okay.
Now, I get families come down and they see the red flag and automatically I see them turning around. No, that's not what it means. I want you to still come out and enjoy what we have here. But what it does mean is you should not bring your children deep in the water. They can go ankle deep.
Yeah.
And just kind of, I mean, you can still get in the water. And most of the time, the kids, anyone under 6 years old or anything around there, you shouldn't be that deep in the water anyways. So when it comes to the red flag, you can still go dip your legs in the water. But if you're only a strong ocean swimmer, that's the only time that you should be in the water completely and be swimming around.
Wow.
And there's not many people that I would say, and there's not a ton of strong ocean swimmers.
They're mostly recreational. They don't get out much,
and that's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, and that's okay. But you just need to pay attention to that. And then, of course, the double red you'll see, and it has a person. It looks like it's swimming, and there's a big X on it, and that means you're not allowed to swim in the guarded area. Not allowed at all. So that's a day that you probably would go, okay, if you have kids, don't even bring them in the water, even at ankle deep, because we have lateral currents here big time coming from the north or the south. And if you don't have your hand on a child, they could be swept laterally. And that's scary too. So,
wow. So we have purple, green, yellow, red, and double red.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So I confession, and again, this is why you're on the show today, is when my nephew and I were at the beach, I saw down the beach that the lifeguard stand had a red flag, and I was curious. I'm like, should we not be in the water? And I was trying to get information from a few people that were close to us, like, what does the red flag mean? So here I am. I'm a pretty good swimmer and I love the beach, and I still wasn't clear. So I'm so glad that you clarified what these flags stand for. So, because not all of them are going to come up to you, Robby, and say, hey, so that's good that you clarified that.
And, when it comes to the guarded area, what we just spoke about, that's huge too, because for instance, like South Beach as well, we have the city of Vero Beach has 3 guarded areas. One is South Beach, the other is Humiston, and the one further north is JC Beach. Our guarded area has obvious signage where it tells you that, hey, you are in the guarded area, and this is our area that we protect first and foremost. Now, that being said, if you come down, for instance, South Beach, and you want to be by yourself, and you don't want to be hanging out with people, and I get it, you want the serenity of the beach. But if you have kids, or if you plan on going in the water, and it's a red flag or a yellow flag even, and you go far away from us, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to be there for you, and I am coming as fast as I can to jump in that water and get you if there was ever an issue. But just because you come down into a guarded area, and if you break left or right, you go straight out of the guarded area. So first and foremost, my main priority is the people in the guarded area. So if I'm busy, I'm scanning right here. And yes, of course, I scan down, left or right. But I just want to make it very clear that if you have kids, there's so much room in the guarded area. Please stay with us, even though you sometimes might want to be not hanging out with people or stuff like that. But that's what that guarded area is for. So you can relax a little bit more, and we can watch your kids or watch you in the water.
Wow. That's huge. Great advice. Let's talk about the rip currents, because that was scary. The waves were super tough when we were there that day, my nephew and I, and literally Humiston, if people aren't familiar with what we're talking about geographically, it was only one town over from where we are now that this mother and father got pulled away. Talk to us about rip currents and just the danger of it, and how you can help yourself get through it if you find yourself in that situation.
Sure. And when it comes to a rip current, some of them can be stronger rip currents to where they'll whip you right out. And then other ones are just like, and everybody's probably felt some type of rip current. I guarantee if you've been in the ocean, but you can fight against it if you're like waist deep,
Right.
and you start to be like, man, why is this so hard for me to get to shore?
Yeah.
So you're probably in a small rip current.
Yeah.
Of course, that becomes more of an issue when you get deeper.
Can you describe what a rip current is for people that are maybe don't live in a beach community?
Sure,
What does that mean?
So a rip current, so of course the ocean, the waves come in, this water comes in towards us, and then of course it has to find its way out.
Right.
So where it finds its way out is a break in the bottom in the sand area where it's the easiest, and it actually forms a underwater river.
Path of least resistance.
And it's going out, and it's taking anything and everything to get out, with it.
The force is pretty strong.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it just like, last week I had a very good rescue. It was exactly pretty much what I was telling you about. There was a big group of people down south of the guarded area at South Beach. I went in down there and talked to them. I said, hey, please come to the guarded area. I'd really love to watch your 20 some odd people that you have here. They were all from Colorado. Oof. And, they were settled. They were going, well, we appreciate it. They were nice, and we appreciate it, but we're locked here. We'll pay attention. And I go, I'm telling you right now, the rips are getting worse as it gets towards that mid-tide. Mid-tide gets a little worse for the rip currents, only because it's transitioning and it can create these flash rips.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So, and no more than an hour later, I was out there and I rescued one of the girls that was in the group, and that was a very long rescue because it was a long run because our ATV that we had. It unfortunately malfunctioned, so I had to run about a good 300 yards
in the sand.
Yeah, so with your gear. And I'm no spring chicken anymore, so it was no joke by the time I got out there. When I got out there, I talked to her. I go, hey, she goes, are we going into shore? I'm like, we're going to relax here for a couple minutes while we take a break here.
Anybody got some water?
Yeah, I need to regroup here a little bit. So, but everything ended up fine.
Oh, good.
So it was good.
Well, perfect example of what you're talking about, staying in the guarded area.
Yeah.
Paying attention to the flags and the currents. And and one of the notes that I wrote, when it came to swimming is make sure you have a buddy. Don't swim alone.
Oh,
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way?
Yeah. And, whether your buddy is, just someone, it'd be better if they were a little bit better of a swimmer, but you can't pick that when it comes to buddies.
Right,
it's like, oh, we equally are horrible swimmers. Let's go out, But yes, have someone that you might be a little more, that you, and at the end of the day, if you feel like you're questioning that, if you're going to, don't try to suck it up and be like, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. That's what we're there for. Give us a little yell. You know how many times I've responded to a someone in trouble, or possibly they thought they were in trouble, which is awesome that they, let us know right away.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get there, they're already in waist deep water. Okay. And they're like, oh, I'm good. I just was kind of, I felt like I was a little weird. I felt like something was going on a little weird. Are you kidding me? That's the best. Because,
absolutely.
If you can self-rescue, that makes it better for everybody.
Absolutely. So guarded areas, we've got 3 right here in Vero Beach. We have South Beach, Humiston, and JC. So if you're paying attention to these details today, and you want to take your family, especially with, summer holidays coming up, really try to stay within those areas so that you feel good with your family. And so those 3 guarded areas, you have actually summer and fall guard times. Talk to us about that. You can't be there 24/7. So talk to us about that.
No. So during the fall, of course, we're the 9 to 5 guards. We're there from 9 to 5. Of course, it gets dark, of course, in the fall, and winter time's like 5:30 anyways. So, but of course, in the summertime, like what we are in now, we start at 8:30 and then we end at 6:30, because after doing a lot of research, a lot of our rescues are towards the afternoon time, more towards like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And that's when we're already wrapping up.
All right. Very good. Well, we need to wrap it up. We need to go to station break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Blue Dolphin Pools. strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
Sturgis Lumber is the county's most trusted hardware store. Sturgis stocks stainless steel products, power tools, construction and painting supplies, propane, plumbing, and electrical parts. 4645 US 1 Vero Beach. Sturgis Lumber and Hardware.
Supper, dinner, whatever you call it, Marsh Landing has perfected it. Come have a taste of what we've been making from scratch. Big heaping portions of Old Florida specialties, from frog legs to catfish, steaks, and homemade dessert. Enjoy supper or dinner at Marsh Landing Restaurant in Fellsmere.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens, Hollywood, and Kingsley Bait. We specialize in fire bits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a super summer sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street and visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture. Hey guys, welcome back. We are talking about beach safety with my guest, Robby Rivas. And we want to make sure we thank Dale Sorensen Real Estate for always having us on the air and being able to share people like Robby that are helping to beautify Vero Beach, keeping us safe in the ocean. So anyway, Dale Sorensen Real Estate, thank you so much. 772-231-4712. You can also find them at sorensenrealestate.com. So whether you're buying or selling, they will definitely take care of you. We also want to thank Varietals and More. It's getting into summer. You're going to want some yummy little, maybe light Prosecco, champagne, if that's how you roll. They'll take care of it all for you. They're right there on Royal Palm Point. And make sure you go see them, Rob and Michelle. That's Varietals and More on Royal Palm Point. If you tell them Beauty and the Beach sent you, you'll get 10% off of your order. All right, I am back. We're talking about beach safety with Robby Rivas. He is with the city of City of Vero Beach as totally butchered that. Vero Beach Lifeguard Association. Yeah. So tell us about the Vero Beach Lifeguard Association, what it does for our community and what you need from us.
Yeah, so basically it's a nonprofit 501c3. It was started quite a few years ago, and we're doing a little revamp. Our president has finally parted ways and went full retirement. We miss him so badly, Eric Tumsu. That being said, we are always accepting donations of any type. The donations go directly towards things that we need, whether it be for lifeguard safety, whether it be for lifeguard rescue or training. Because the city unfortunately only has so much of a budget, and they only give us so much, and we miss a lot of essential things that we really do need to keep this beach safe for everyone. So whatever you guys could do. We'll have some events throughout the rest of the year, which we'll keep you informed about, and you can either come by, be part of the festivities, or give us a check too. That works.
So when I post some photos on social media, I will make sure they have a way to find you if somebody hears this and wants to write a check or give you a donation or just help out. Sure. We'll make sure they can get in contact with you. So I am so excited. Quick question, Robby. What is the biggest mistake you see when it comes to beach safety? We have 30 seconds. What's the biggest thing you go,
Swim in front of the lifeguards in the guarded area.
Okay.
That's the
all
biggest
right.
thing.
I think we did.
Don't go left or right.
Right. We don't want to be running a mile in that sand, right,
Yeah,
Robby?
that's exactly it.
Well, you guys, we hope you have a wonderful summer. Robby and his crew are going to take care of you. Stay in those areas, those 3 guarded areas that we talked about, and have some fun. We love Vero Beach, so enjoy it.
Yeah.